I need to know what n can be, but in these problems, you know what? N can be an infinite number of numbers. That means n can be a lot of things. And how in the world are you going to be able to tell me what all those things are? By using a graph. Do you guys remember the graph? Okay, we'll get to that in just a bit if you didn't get it. Surprise, if some of you are like, what? Okay, I'm going to think of the inequality just like it did an equal sign. Remember, do I have two sides here? I have the left side and I have the right side. Okay? Can I make the left side any simpler? Can I do anything to make this simpler? No. N and 4, they're not like terms. That's as simple as you can get. Can you make anything on the right side simpler? No, it's just -1. Okay, if I'm at that point, then what I can do is just get n by itself. What's happening to n? It's being added with 4. What undoes that? So I'm going to subtract both sides by 4. I'm going to subtract both sides by 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. N plus 0 is n. Greater than, what's -1 minus 4? -5. Did I get n by itself? Yes. Did I solve, therefore, n? Yeah, that's what I did. But what can n be? It's not just one number. Anything above -5. And the way you can show me all those numbers without having to write them all individually out is by graphing them. So here we're going to draw a number line. All I want is the number that you're comparing, -5. And then do you guys remember what I wanted before and after? Oh, before that, I need 2 more ticks. What numbers do I need there? Just one number that's above it and one number that's below it. So -4 and -6. Okay, so I have that number line, part of a number line. Okay, does anyone remember what I put on -5? I put a circle, but I have to ask, is it an open circle or a closed circle? Why is it open? Somebody tell me, why is it open? Dylan?
Because it's not, n is not equal to -5.
Good. Does it say n is greater than or equal to -5? No. So it's not including -5, but it's anything greater than -5. So I darken that side, draw my little arrowhead. That's my answer. Which numbers would be greater than -5? -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. But would it also -4.5? Yep. Right there, -4.5. -4.25? Yep. Okay, so you see it's all those numbers that are represented, which, by the way, a lot of numbers. So this is going to be your answer. It's going to be the graph. That's what I'm grading on your homework. Okay? You guys get that? Yep. All right, let's do a little more complicated one. That's pretty straightforward problem you get. You're going to love these now. So we're going to solve 10 minus 5d plus 60. And then what's that symbol? Greater than or equal to, and then we'll have 8. Okay, do I have two sides to this inequality? Yes, and by the way, you remember with the equations, you remember how we had to keep it balanced? You remember that? You had to keep it balanced, you know. All right. In this case, isn't the left side heavier than the right side? So my inequality right now is like this. It's not equality, right? Equality was like this. This inequality, I'm really heavy on this side. But I have to keep it this way. So that's why I have to add 4 here and add 4 there to keep it balanced. Or I guess I should say, keep it the same as it was at the beginning. So that's the idea when we're using inequalities. Okay, look at the left side. Can I make the left side any simpler?
Yes.
How many terms do I have on the left side?
3.
1, 2, 3. You guys remember how to find terms? The reason I'm stressing out terms is because I want you to know that there are 3 terms, and are there any like terms?
Yes.
Okay, who can tell me, raising their hand, what the like terms are? Abby?
5d and 60.
Okay, very close. -5d and +60. Okay, how do I combine those two together? What do I get when I combine them?
You get 1d.
Yeah, these two, it's -5 plus 6 is 1d. Okay, keep the d, it didn't just disappear. And then what's happening with 1d and 10? Tricky question here. They're being added, so I'm going to leave it. 10 plus 1d is greater than or equal to 8. Mr. 8, I'm not sure what I know what you did here when you combined and got 1D, but this is where I have a problem. Why couldn't you have said 1D plus 10?
You can.
Why?
Symmetric.
I heard it. Commutative property. You could write it either like this or you can write it like this. It doesn't matter because what's happening with 10 and 1D? They're being added. So can I switch the order of the addends?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Okay, first question.
Do you get the addition sign from like in the middle?
Yeah, like what's going on between 10 and negative 5D? It's technically an addition. It's 10 plus negative 5D. So that's where I got that plus sign.
What if you use like the sign instead of saying negative 5D? What if you just say
minus 5D?
Minus 5D?
Yeah, and that's where I'm trying to get you.
I know it's the same thing, but
Yep.
I'm just confused.
No, I got you. So you could say 10 minus 5D, but I want you to get used to 10 plus negative 5D. Because you always want to say adding, because then you can add like terms really quick. Okay, so what's happening to D? It's being multiplied by 1 and added with 10. What undoes that? First I have to subtract 10 from both sides. Man, you see, and it's funny how you said it. Both sides, right? Because you've said so many times it should be like ingrained in your mind. Both sides, both sides, both sides. What's 10 minus 10?
0.
That's nice. I get 1D is greater than or equal to, what's 8 minus 10? Negative 2. Now, you could go through another step, but what is 1 times D? Isn't it just D? So do you really have to have that 1? And you're like, but Mr. A, don't you have to do something to both sides? Could you divide both sides by 1?
Yes.
And you'd get D is greater than or equal to negative 2. So same thing. All right. Thomas, what do I put in the middle of my graph? Negative 2. What numbers, Avery, should I put on the right and left?
On the right, -1. On the left, -3.
Great. What kind of circle should go in the middle? Cam?
A shaded in circle
Why?
because it says greater than or equal to.
Yes, D can be equal to negative 2. And then what does it mean by greater than?
More.
More than? So which way do we go? To the right. Okay. Okay. How many of you got that answer right there? Like you understand that? I'm gonna throw you in a spin right here. Ready? Who's ready for the spin? Okay. Graph that. Excuse me. What? That's a less than or equal to. Yes, ma'am?
I have a question on the
Yeah.
first part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how do you know, for the, which way it goes? How did you know which way it went?
It says D is greater than. What numbers are greater than negative 2? Anything to the right.
So, but if it was say it was positive numbers.
Still to the right.
No, say they were all positive numbers and it said anything greater than 2, would you go to 3 instead because 3?
Well, but remember this is negative direction. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3.
No, but if the number line was switched, 1, 2, 3,
No, this is how the number line should look. It has to be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3.
No, but I'm saying a different equation, if it's positive, if you're working with positive.
It's still greater than. That way, greater than. Number line, always think of your number line, that's always bigger. Okay, but let me see here.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
All right, how many of you either did this mentally or you're like, all right, I got negative 2. And I know I need to put negative 1, negative 3. You guys okay with that? And then what kind of circle goes on negative 2? Shaded or filled in. Good. Closed circle, we could say. Line going to the?
Right. It's the same thing as it's less than.
What? It's the same thing as that. Look at the 2 inequalities. You were right. Okay, how many of you either graphed the same thing or knew it was the same thing? You're like, it's the same thing. How do you know it's the same thing? Because look at this. This is greater than or equal to. That's less than or equal to. So wait, how can it be the same thing?
You switch like the number and the variable.
Which property was used when I flip it around the whole thing? I flip the whole inequality around. Symmetric. Now listen to me, guys. Can you guys look at me? The variable, is it bigger than the number? Is the variable bigger than the number?
No, variable doesn't have.
Variable is bigger than the number. Yes, say yes. Okay. Here, is the variable still bigger than the number? Yes, it just doesn't look that way because you have that less than symbol. It's saying the number is less than the variable, which still means the variable is greater than the number. And I know that seems like, man, that's confusing. If you don't like this way, guys, why don't you switch it? But what has to happen to that inequality? It has to switch. It's the same thing. Symmetric property. You will see that again, I promise. Okay. Now let's get a tough one. Did I say it on the last one, Brandon? Oh, that wasn't so bad, was it? 5 is less than 7m minus 6m plus 2. Did I promise something just recently?
No.
I just said promise, but that's okay. That's all right. I get it. Swivel, you caught it, right? Thank you. Yes.
Wait, what did you promise?
Something.
Well, that's
That's why you can't trust Mr. X.
No, Tucker heard me. Okay. Is the right side simplified?
No.
No. I have how many terms? 1, 2, 3. Good. So it's not simplified. What can I do to make it simpler?
Add like terms.
Okay, so I have 7m and negative 6m. What's 7m plus negative 6m? Just 1m. Yeah, or just m, right? You could just put m, but 1m for a lot of you. Okay, this is what I have. Was the left side simplified? Is the left side as simple as can be?
Yeah.
Simple. Okay, how do I solve for m? Well, what's happening to m? You can say it's being multiplied by 1, added with 2. So what do you do to undo addition of 2? Good, each side by 2. So I get 3 is less than, can I just say m?
Yeah.
Graph that. So I have my variable by itself, now I can graph it. I'll give you that. Nelson, what number should go on the right? What number should I put here? And then on the left? 2. All right, so we got our numbers straight. Olivia, what kind of circle should go on 3? Open circle. Paul, why is it open?
Because it's just less than or equal to.
Okay, it's not equal to. Good. And which way should the line go? It's one or the other. 50-50 here. You can even just guess it, but I hope you guess it right every time. Justin? To the...
False.
Hold on. 3 is less than m. You can't just switch things around. Unless you're using a property.
Oh, the symmetric.
Which property? Symmetric. You can say 3 is less than m. And I can switch that around but not change the meaning. M is greater than 3.
So it's both sides?
No.
What? That side.
How?
To the right.
That makes absolutely no sense.
No, hold. Clear that thought. It doesn't make sense to me. Because it does make sense. But we have to say, it doesn't make sense to me. I need to figure it out. But let's look at it here. Let's say you did put it to the left. And you're like, okay, Mr. A, I'm pretty sure less than means that way. Okay. Can you pick a number over here on the left? Just pick any number. Anybody? 1. 1's right here, right? Is 3 less than 1?
No. Wait, no.
So why would I graph these numbers if they're not part of the solution? They're not. Let's look at our graph. Let's see if it really makes sense. Pick a number here on the right. 5. Is 3 less than 5?
Yes.
So wouldn't this graph describe the solution?
Yes.
And you're like, wait, but what about this one? Ooh, look, this one. Okay, let's pick that number again. 1. Is 1 greater than 3? No. That's why I didn't graph it. Is 5 greater than 3?
Yes. Yeah.
That's why it's part of the solution. Do you see it works either way? No matter what, 5 is always going to work. And guess what? 1 is never going to work accurately. This is my graph. How many of you are confused by that? Okay, that's right. Some of you are confused, and you'll get better as you keep practicing. All right, look on the bottom of page 101. 101. And I want you to do number 1 on the try these. Page 101, number 1 at the very bottom, where it says try these, solve the inequality, and graph its solution. Check your work. How do you check, Mr. A? Just pick numbers. See if they work.
-6
Greater than or equal to. Yep. -6 is greater than or equal to t plus 11. Yeah, so solve that one and graph it. And then just pick numbers to see, does my graph represent the solution? Does it accurately give me the solution?
How many numbers do we have to go? 3 on our
Just 3, yeah. The main number and then 1 number left and right. And be careful with negatives as well. Obviously, you got to go in the correct order on the negative side. Okay. Somebody tell me what their graph looks like. So explain what number's in the middle, left and right, what kind of circle, which way does the arrow go? Elijah.
-17 is in the middle, -18 is on the left, -16 is on the right. And then a shaded circle on -17, and then the arrow going to the left.
Okay, now, Elijah, I have no idea what the answer is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to check your graph and see, does it fit this inequality? What numbers should be a part of the solution? Wouldn't -17 work?
Yes.
Okay, ready? What's -17 plus 11? -6. Is -6 greater than or equal to -6?
Yes.
This works. Okay, so far so good. This is part of your answer. You're good with that. But now I'm going to pick one of these numbers. Give me a number. Any number.
-2 million.
-20.
Okay, -20. Thank you for -2 million. We'll say that for later. Okay, -20 we said. What's -20 plus 11? -9. It's okay. Is -6 greater than or equal to -9?
Yes. Because it's negative.
You're right. That would be a part of the solution. Now, give me a number that should not work according to Elijah's graph.
1.
Something billion. Let's go with
-15.
5. What's 5 plus 11?
16.
Is -6 greater than or equal to 16? No. That's why I didn't shade in the right side. Do you understand that?
No.
Okay, that's all right. We'll work with it. But do you guys understand that?
Yes.
You can check your answer. Just pick any number and see, does it fit? Yes? Good. If it doesn't fit, good, because it wasn't supposed to fit. Okay, you guys are doing very well. So well that I'm going to give you number 4. And that'll be our last problem. Before the homework. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the homework. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your names. I'm so thankful for your names. Come on, guys. It was Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for a lot. Okay. I'll give you about another minute, and I want you guys to be sure of your answer. I'm going to come around and see if you got it right. If you got it right, great. If you got it wrong, not so great. I'm checking the graph as well. Please make sure you have a graph for me. Check. Just look at the work. There's something missing. Okay. Yep. Yes. So you can point it out to me if you're done.
Wait,
No, it's okay. That's all
I
right.
just have a question.
Yep.
I'm just like confused how to start. Like, there's no, these are kind of like,
So what's negative 1k? Right? Isn't there a 1 there? Plus 2k.
just one.
1k. Can you add these two together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do that first. That'll make it easier. Close. Yes. That's close. Oh. Yeah. It's very close. The number. Yeah. Yep. What kind of circle are they? Okay, there you go. The number. Check the number. Yeah. Yes. So you see how you checked it? And did you check it though? And you were able to change it? That's okay. I just wanted to see it. Yeah. Yes. Okay. The answer should be an open circle on -4, line going to the left. Okay. Let me ask you. Well, let me do this. This is a bonus problem because it gets hard on the homework. Trust me. One last problem here. I'm going to give it up here, and I'm going to give the homework after. I'm going to put the homework on the screen. When you're done with that problem, just go to the homework. Okay. So here's the problem first. Sorry, because I do have to prep you up for this, and I hope you do well. Excuse me? There are some problems that can be kind of tough, such as this one. I'm just giving you this problem. Uh-oh. Don't get overwhelmed by the problem. You ask yourself the same questions. Are both sides simplified? No, one side is really not simplified. And so you're looking at it saying, what can I do to make this side as simple as possible? What do you have to deal with first? Yeah, deal with what's in the parentheses here. So what's 30 minus 57? Negative 27, right? And if you didn't get that, it's okay. But I'm just going to rewrite it because I'm showing you my steps. Negative 27, we said. Okay, that's all I did. I just added added them, subtracted them together. But there's still a lot going on.
You put a 1 in front of the negative. Well, make it 1, and then to the right also.
Okay, you can do that. So this is negative d, or 1d. And then what's this right here? Positive 27. Plus 2d. Okay, did that really help me out? I don't know. Yes, you can. Now I think it's...
Cancel out with 2D.
Well, these two are like terms, but what do I get when I combine them?
Where did you put that one?
This one? Yeah, do you guys remember when there's a parenthesis? there's actually a 1 in front of it. You can always put a 1 there. Or some of you might have thought of it like this. Look up here if you didn't get that. You could have thought of it as negative 1D minus negative 27. Stay, change, opposite. Negative 1D plus 27. It's the same thing. So either way you think of it.
What? Negative 1D plus 2D, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, it would be 1D. 1D plus 27. And then this part. All right, go ahead. You should finish that off, I hope.
Do we have to graph it?
Yes, graph it. Yeah, all your answers, all I'm checking are those graphs. I want to see the graph. The graph will tell me the answers. And I'll put the homework up here so you can still look at that screen. I'll give the answer to everyone. So once you get done with this problem, go to the homework. Do you have a question? What the? Oh, I don't know what the answer is. Okay. Close. D is greater than 32.
Oh,
So
it's
that's
signs.
yeah, yep. So what happened, Daniel, is the sign is correct. Your sign is actually correct, but you would say 32 is less than D, right? But D is greater than 32, so that's what you're saying to the right. And that is correct, but you got to interpret it the other way. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, 37.
Remember that question I gave you, and you gave me an answer that was right. Then you're. But did you this is what I do for you, Emma? I don't say a thing. I want you to be firm on your answer, like where you're like, I know that's right. Nah,
It's the same.
I wanted to say something, but I wanted to leave it for you to.
He is tricking me.
No, I'm sitting there waiting for you to be firm.
Is that right?
What kind of circle on 32? Open circle on 32, line going to the right. No. You can, just draw the graph. Draw the graph for number 1. They gave it to you. And you didn't even have to give the whole graph. Just give that number before and after.
They're doing a lot of extra numbers.
Well, they're just showing you all their work. So, like on this one, they just said, all right.
No, but like.
Yeah. So you just need 3 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing it differently. We do it differently for time's sake.
So I got it different, but I know why. But how did you get like positive 27?
Yeah. So up here, this is what we got originally. Do you remember this minus that is this? Okay, so we have this right here, right? I can interpret it negative D minus negative 27. Stay, change, opposite. So isn't it really negative 1D plus 27? Oh, yes, tests. Oh, bye, Swivel. Goodbye, Swivel. Homework is 1 through 15 odd, page 1111111.